Hey, what's up? It's your girl KELLiCRYPTO, and welcome back to another video. Happy Saturday. If you're an early bird like myself, I hope that you have your cup of tea in hand, your cup of coffee, whatever your preferred beverage is to help you get your morning started off right. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not a certified financial advisor or planner, and you should always do your own research before making any type of investments or purchases. So by now, we've all either seen or heard what's going on over in Ukraine right now. It's extremely sad, inhumane. The fact that this kind of stuff still goes on this day and time is beyond me. So here I came across this story. Bitcoin donations pour in to help Ukrainian military fight Russia. Over $5 million in Bitcoin raised. Cryptocurrency donations have poured into a nonprofit organization that provides support to Ukrainian soldiers after Russia launched a large-scale attack on Ukraine. More than $5 million in Bitcoin has already been raised. Meanwhile, the group's fundraising page on Patreon has been abruptly removed. Crypto donations soar after Russia invaded Ukraine. One of the largest non-governmental organizations, also known as NGOs, providing support to Ukraine's military, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive, has received over $5 million in Bitcoin donations after Russia launched a large-scale offensive against Ukraine. Founded in 2014, the Kyiv-based group provides support to Ukrainian soldiers, including a range of military equipment, training services, and medical supplies. Donations to the Bitcoin address listed on the organization's website soared Thursday after Russia launched a full-scale military attack on Ukraine. At the time of writing, the wallet address has received 131.781,44015 Bitcoin. An analysis of all the donations to the address show that 2,207 donations totaling 126.043,04091 Bitcoin were received from February the 24th to late February the 25th. At the current Bitcoin price of $39,676.51, based on data from Bitcoin.com markets, the donations received since February the 24th are worth more than $5 million. In comparison, the wallet only received 1.609764881 Bitcoin, 76 donations, on February the 23rd, and 0.4227284 Bitcoin, 25 donations, on February the 22nd. The chief scientist and co-founder of blockchain analytics platform 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐂𝐋𝐀, Tom Robinson, tweeted Thursday, "Cryptocurrency donations in support of the Ukrainian armed forces are soaring. Cryptocurrency is increasingly being used to crowdfund war, with the tacit approval of governments," he was quoted by CNBC as saying. 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive also did an analysis on the donations received by 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐈ve. The firm described that on February the 24th, the NGO received over $675,000 in Bitcoin, and by 9:30 a.m. on February the 25th, it had already received more than $3.4 million, noting that over $3 million, or 80 Bitcoin, was sent by a single donor, the firm wrote. This pushes the total the group has raised in just 24 hours to over $4 million. The 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive organization began accepting Bitcoin donations in 2018. Bitcoin donations have been surging recently, with nearly $200,000 received in the second half of 2021. According to 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive. Earlier this month, the platform published a report showing that donations in digital assets to Ukrainian NGOs and volunteer groups rose 900% last year. Patreon removes 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive's fundraising page. Meanwhile, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive's fundraising page on Patreon has been removed by the platform. 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive director Taras Shmut told CNBC in an interview that the group was receiving small amounts for several months from his page on Patreon, and then over $300,000 rolled in after Russia started invading Ukraine. However, when he tried to transfer the money out to pay for equipment, he discovered that his organization's page on Patreon had been removed. He contacted the platform, which said it was looking into the case. A Patreon spokesperson told CNBC, "Patreon does not allow any campaigns involved in violence or purchasing of military equipment, regardless of their cause." Shmut stated, "We have people dying because they don't have body armor," adding that Ukraine is not a rich country, and 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive has helped soldiers receive the equipment they need. Okay, I have mixed feelings about this. Now, this organization, 𝐃𝐈𝐒𝐿ive, they're out here doing some great positive things, according to this article. And it also says that they have been successful in the past by helping to raise money for Ukraine, which is essentially this country that's in need right now. being that they're currently going at it with Russia. So I get the whole idea behind creating a fundraiser or donation site to try to build up money to help the country's military out. The only problem with that is I don't have Patreon. I've never really been on Patreon like that. So I don't know if they like have that stuff in fine print before you even create an account. So at least that way you know what you can and cannot do when it comes to creating fundraisers and accepting donations. Because I would like to think, and this is just me personally, if you know that you're going to start a fundraiser or donation site, you have to take into consideration what you're starting the fundraising site for. In this case, it was funds to help the Ukraine military. And we all know that military equipment is not cheap. So the probability that this organization was going to pull in quite a bit of money was quite high if we're looking at their overall goal. So yeah, anytime money is a factor, those rules and regulations are extremely important to read before doing anything. That way you're setting yourself up for success and not having to deal with this type of situation where you're having your fundraiser pulled down or money not being released to your organization when it really needs it. Yeah, you really have to know what you can and cannot do on these fundraiser sites. In this situation, it really sucks because we know what the funds were meant for, right? To help out Ukraine, who obviously right now is a country in need of funds to fight back against Russia. All right, so now I'm curious. I want to know if that is something that's put in their rules and regulations before you start an account. Let's see. Oh, there go Issa. All right, let's see. All right, let's go over to Help Center. All right, so one of the keywords I saw was, all right, so campaigns involved in violence or purchasing of military equipment. Let's just use military. Okay. Violence. Patreon merchandise copyright, blah, blah, and being, okay. Oh, there we go. Terms of use. Your account, abusive conduct. Let me just do this because this is. All right. If you are a creator raising funds on Patreon, you may be held accountable for what you do with those funds. As a result, we also look at what you do with your membership of our platform, community guidelines, dangerous organizations. All right. People with a direct affiliation to violent or dangerous groups, such as terrorist or cyber terrorist organizations, organized criminal groups, and violent hate groups, may be restricted from receiving funds through Patreon. All right, harmful and illegal activities. We don't allow funds to be collected for anything that facilitates harm or illegal activities. You cannot fund creations that advocate, threaten, or show you causing harm to yourself, blah, blah. In the same way, you cannot promote illegal activities such as, okay, so self-harm, illegal activity, dangerous activities. I don't see anything really about military, but maybe they're gonna say it falls under one of these categories here. Yeah, they're probably gonna say it falls under one of these categories down off in here. But yeah, that's what I have on this video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't done so already, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I look forward to catching you guys on my next video.